Hey everybody, so this is my 4-week post-op update. I skipped week 3. There was just a lot going on with getting back to work, and last weekend was our Fit Project Christmas party, so just a lot to do to prepare for that. So a lot's happened in the past 2 weeks. I've gotten back to my normal work schedule. I'm finally sleeping throughout the night. I nixed the brace probably like end of last week or the week before while I was sleeping, because it just got to be way too uncomfortable. So I nixed the brace while sleeping, and I've been wearing it, at work and then out in public settings. I've gone out a few times in public. So last week we went to my niece and nephew's Christmas pageant, and that was so fun and cute. I brought both crutches. I am walking now without the crutches, but I brought both crutches just because I didn't know how big the auditorium was, and I'm glad I did because it was a little bit of a hike from the front door to the seat. They had me on an end so I could stick my leg out, so that was good. So week 3, I had the steri strips on still from the last time I posted about the infection. And one of my clients, one of my members, and very dear ladies, she is a nurse practitioner, and she said, take those damn strips off already. They need some air so that they can heal. And she was right. So I took those off, and it looked kind of gross, but as soon as they hit the air, they have healed really, really well. And I'll show you them. I'll show you the incisions in a second. They look so much better than 2 weeks ago. It's amazing how much just a week can make such a big difference. So week 3, I took off the steri strips, let the incisions hit the air and heal. Had my Fit Project Christmas party. I'll show you. Our theme was dress as your favorite Christmas character. So I'll also show you our outfits in a picture in a little bit. It was quite funny. Just poking fun at myself. So then this week is week 4. And again, I've been trying to work out as much as I can, but not pushing it. So at the beginning of week 3, I was healing from my cold, and then I was doing that rowing with my foot on the scooter, and then my right hip flexor started bothering me. So I was like, ugh, because I was just using my right leg to go out and in. So I was like, you know what, it's not worth it to injure myself on the other side just to get in some cardio. So I found that the skier at my gym was way easier for me to use. So I'll show you a video of me skiing in a second. When my leg starts getting fatigued, I just sit on a box, but I've been doing really well standing thus far. So my routine has been PT 3 times a week, but I do my PT on my own all the other days. I do 2 upper body days, and I try to split them between, I'll do like chest and triceps one day, and then I'll do back and biceps the other day. I'll do core, single leg stuff on my good leg. I just started being able to go around on the bike, so I'll put that video in here as well. It's so much better this week than it even is last week. So it's amazing how each week, it's like you make little improvements, but when you look back, you're like, wow, those are really big improvements. So I am a very, very active, headstrong person. So not being able to run or bike or just do burpees and squat jumps has been really hard for me. It's been more hard mentally than anything. Sorry. I know it's stupid, but it's my life, it's why it's, what I do for a living is to help others exercise and, be passionate about exercise and make it a part of their lifestyle. So it's really, really hard for it to not be such a huge part of my lifestyle right now. So I am doing the best that I can with what I'm working with, and I've felt like I've been really far behind with my recovery, but my PT assures me that I'm on the right track and I'm doing everything I can. So today, just a couple hours ago, I was at my doctor's office for my 1-month post-op, and he reassured me that he said you are far beyond where you should be right now. And I wanted to cry because I was like, are you sure I'm not behind? And he said, you have to understand, this was an ACL revision. He's like, you've done this. This is your second time. He's like, you should not be this far along. And he's like, and you are. So he's like, you just have to keep doing what you're doing. And then he's like, hang on, you have some time. And he pulled me out of the office and he took me 2 doors down to this girl who just torn her ACL this weekend skiing. And he said to her, do you see this girl? Do you see her legs? Like, you need to aspire to be her. This is who I want you to be. So that made me feel really good because I've been so hard on myself. He's like, you're my poster child. He's like, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. And we went back in his office. He laid me back and he did the Lockman's test. And he's like, oh, he said, it feels so strong. He did the pivot shift test and he said, oh, that feels so strong. Those are 2 tests, manual tests that they can use to see if you've torn your ACL. So both of those, he just felt like how strong the graft was. So that just made me feel really good. And I'm sitting here right now, just stretching. I'm in a half kneel position. There's my bad knee. So just like being here in this position is everything. So I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, keep pushing PT. My PT, Greg, and Elise and the team at Olympia has pushed me so much, and I cry sometimes because it hurts, but he pushed me to 130 degrees today of flexion, and I was like, oh my God. I can get to like 115 by myself, 120, so he said, you're doing everything right. Just got to keep on, keeping on, keep pressing on, do what I can. I got the all clear to go back in the pool, so I was in the pool this past weekend, which felt awesome. I wasn't kicking because I wasn't sure, but my doctor's PA said today he's like, try kicking. He's like, it's fine. My husband, of course, will be like, if you're kicking correctly, it comes from your hips, not from your knees, so focus on the hips when I'm kicking in the pool. So I'll get back in the pool again this week. Today's December 23rd, so tomorrow's Christmas Eve and then Christmas, so lots of family time and things to do, but I will be still focused on my recovery and just taking it a day at a time. And yeah, that's all I can do is just take it a day at a time. I will do probably another update at 6 weeks, so every 2 weeks I'll do an update. I'll see my doctor again in 2 months. So I hope by then I'm like, have somewhat of a normal workout routine back again. Instead of just like chest and tries and back and buys. My upper body's been getting a lot of work, which is great for my push-ups, are phenomenal, but he said build up that quad, get rid of the brace, so that is awesome. So I'll show you guys my incisions next and what my leg looks like now. So here we are at 4 weeks post-op. Everything's kind of scabbing. This is just dry blood I can't seem to pick off. There's a little one here. This one here is from my quad graft, and then I have some little incisions here. This one, I think he actually reused this one from my first surgery. So that is what the leg looks like. So here we go, 4 weeks, a little bit of quad atrophy. You can see that. Struggling to get full extension standing, but I have it when I'm sitting on a table. So I will keep working on that. So thank you for following along my journey. I will post again in 2 more weeks with a 6-week update. And yes, my hoodie says all I want for Christmas is Chris Bryant, but really all I want for Christmas is for the Cubs to get their shit together in 2020. So cheers to that. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I will see you all in 2 weeks.